It's Bookmas Day 10 and we are diving headfirst into romantasy books that feel like a warm blanket, a crackling fire, and a little bit of winter magic sprinkled on top. These are the stories that I want to read when it is 20 degrees outside, and I'm pretending that my Kindle is a portal into another realm. Hey book bestie, and welcome back for Bookmas Day 10. I'm Lauren, aka Lauren Page Reads, here on YouTube, but also over on Instagram and TikTok. And today we are talking all about romantasy books with cozy winter settings, like Icy Forest, Frostbitten Magic, Starry Nights, and just the kind of books that hit when it's December. And don't worry, A Court of Frost and Starlight is not in this mix. It's not. Ugh. But before we get into the books that are on the list, make sure you hit subscribe and ring the bell so that you don't miss any of the other Bookmas videos that I have throughout the month. I'm posting one video a day leading up to Christmas. Oh, and there is the free Christmas book bingo that I made for you guys so that we can all read together. The link to download it is in the description of this video. And I'd love to see you marking off squares all month long. Before I forget about it, you know, silly brain, every book that I mentioned today will be linked in my binnable list, also linked in the description of this video. So if something catches your eye, it'll be super easy for you to find it. All right, let's get to the good stuff. I'm starting with the winter romantasy books that I've read and loved. The ones that gave me chills and made me swoon and basically turned my living room into a magical forest. So if you need something to read right now that is Book Bestie approved, let's start there. For the Wolf is one of those forest core romantasies that just feels cold. The Wilder Wood is moody, atmospheric, and filled with gothic winter tension where you're like, no, she most definitely should not be going into those trees. But also, like, definitely go into those trees. Definitely go do that. The romance is slow burn. The magic is ancient and eerie, and the setting basically counts as a character, which makes it like the best type of book. So if you love stories where winter feels alive and just a little bit hungry, this is one for you. And if you're wanting your winter setting to be a little bit more emotional and a little less monstrous, I have just the book for you, and it's Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. And okay. Divine Rivals is not a winter book in the traditional sense, but hear me out. Hear me out. The vibes, snowy trains, warm letters, cozy cafes, the kind of aching, soft romance that feels like wrapping a scarf around your soul. That right there is winter. Rebecca Ross writes emotions so beautifully. So this book just feels like it pairs with cold weather and a cup of coffee or hot chocolate. So if you want a winter read that hits your feelings more than it hits your adrenaline, this is a good book for you if you haven't read it yet. And speaking of feelings, this next one gave me all the whimsical, frosty fairy tale vibes. Wings of Starlight by Allison Saft. Okay, you are not going to come for me on this one either, because the seasons are suspended and I'd rather live in winter in this book. You know why? Because it's set in Pixie Hollow, and there is a Lord Mallory there. And this one is a winter girl's dream, especially if you were like a Pixie Hollow girl growing up. It's got the fairies, it's got the icy winter wood, and monsters creeping through frozen lakes that they should not be escaping from. And at the heart of all of it, you've got this sweeping, star-crossed romance between Queen Clarion and Lord Mallory. Yeah, we're gonna finally know what happened between them. Like, what broke his wing? Oh my gosh. The world building in this one is crisp and shimmering. The romance is tender, and the winter woods, oh, they're chilly, so she might need his coat. And this is cozy winter romantasy in its purest form. Okay, and while those are winter romantasies that I've read before, and I can actually vouch for them, now we're moving into the real dangerous territory. My winter romantasy TBR. This, beyond the peak of summer, is one of the best times to read romantasy. These are the books that are whispering to me from my shelves. Not actually, don't worry. But essentially, they're judging me from my Kindle, just begging to be read with a blanket and a mug of something warm. I might go with apple cider this time. So let's talk about the books that I know are going to be perfect winter read. Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. Is this book technically wintry? Not always. Does it feel like a frosted fairy tale that was dipped in stardust and heartbreak? Yes. The Magnificent North basically looks like if Narnia and a French chateau had a baby. Jack gives that icy, dangerous, romantic tension that we all crave. And the aesthetic? It's peak winter glam. And we are going to go from frosted fairy tales to haunting ballrooms at midnight with Entwined. This one is said to be an oldie but a goodie, and I recently added this one to my TBR after stumbling upon it after a late night scroll in the Reddit threads of old. This book is a 12 Dancing Princesses retelling. So you know the vibes are going to be elegant and enchanted. Everything makes this book feel like cold moonlight and quiet magic creeping through the palace walls. I have a feeling this book would be a perfect read on a night with fairy lights turned on and blankets pulled up to my chin. Oh, and my little remote clicker too, obviously. But if you want winter vibes that are a little bit more brutal and Viking coded, you probably need to read Sky in the Deep by Adrienne Young. Yes, that Adrienne Young. Because this one gives winter survival romantasy. Ooh, we love a good survival game. It's snow-covered villages, clan rivalries, it's enemies to lovers, tension shimmering beneath layers of fur and frostbite. It's fierce and emotional, and while it's not full-on fantasy magic, the atmosphere screams cold, harsh, and beautiful. And now for something that's essentially the definition of holiday romantasy chaos, is A Court of Sugar and Spice. Don't get me started on how everything is now a court of something and something. Don't get me started on it. But this is a court of sugar and spice. But not everything nice. Because this is a Nutcracker retelling, but make it spicy. So for my readers who do not like spice in their books, this one is not for you. This book is Fae Princes, Forbidden Fantasies, and Sugar Plum worlds that look like a Christmas fever dream gone wrong. Is it high literature? No. Will it be entertaining to read with a peppermint mocha in hand? Most likely. And now I want to get into the winter romantasies that are the heavy hitters, because they have the feeling that they're going to swallow you whole. Spinning Silver sits on the top of so many winter fantasy reading lists. Frost Spirits and Frozen Kingdoms, and The King of Staryak, I think, where everything is ice, snow, and dangerous magic. And I've heard the atmosphere is unmatched because it feels like a Slavic fairy tale told by candlelight during a blizzard. And speaking of Slavic winter vibes, the next book I have for you is The Bear and the Nightingale. Everyone says that this book is winter embodied. Deep Russian forest, frost demons, hearth magic, snowdrifts that are taller than houses. This one feels like a blueprint for a wonderful winter fantasy book. And honestly, I can't believe I still haven't read it. But this Bookmas might just be the year. And lastly, I have for you a book that feels mysterious and haunting in one of the best ways. The Foxwife is a magical realism book set in Manchuria in 1908. And snow is stitched into every single scene. Fox spirits, murder, folklore, maternal love, second chances, all of it is within this book. I've heard that it's lyrical, haunting, and perfect for those slow winter nights. The atmosphere alone is enough to make me want to curl up and read it. Okay, book besties, so there are my top wintry romantasy picks for you to read. I've read some of these and adored it, and the others are on my shelf not so patiently waiting for me. Don't forget to make sure that you are subscribed to my channel and that you've rung the bell so that you don't miss any of my Bookmas videos that I will be posting throughout the month of December. And make sure to grab your Christmas book bingo sheet in the link down below. All of the books I mentioned here today are on my binnable list. So if you saw something that caught your eye, make sure to check it out. Plus, If you shop from that list, you help a small creator out. So that is it for day 10 of Bookmas, bestie. And I will see you tomorrow for day 11, which is a very special day because it just so happens to be my birthday. So I might have an extra special treat for you. Until then, merry reading. Bye.